What's up everyone, and welcome back. Today we're starting with Sean Brady, who recently spoke about Islam Makhachev's move up to the welterweight division. While Brady understands why Makhachev has been eyeing 170 for some time, he feels the former pound-for-pound king has disrupted the division by making the jump. Speaking on UFC Unfiltered, Brady broke down his thoughts and explained that the move creates challenges for the rest of the welterweight contenders who have been working their way up the ladder.
To be honest, Islam coming up is what kind of up this whole division in the first place, but you can't be mad at him. If I was in that situation, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But I know him and Topuria are trying to set something up. If he wins, I think he's staying at 170. I think the chances of him, if he loses him, there's a bigger chance of him going back down to 155, and then maybe them still doing that Ilya Topuria fight. That's how I think of it. I think if he wins at 170, he'll defend it one or two times, and then he'll bounce from there.
Brady also gave his prediction for the upcoming welterweight title fight, admitting that while he personally wants Islam to win so he can eventually test himself against him as a legacy fight, he actually thinks Jack Della Maddalena will get the job done. Brady explained that he believes he can beat anyone in the world, especially wanting to test his grappling against Islam's. But if he had to make a pick, despite JDM being the underdog, he'd lean toward Jack. With the welterweight title fight set for Madison Square Garden in November, Brady is aiming to secure his own fight with a top contender to stay in the mix.
It's just super frustrating, just trying to get a fight. But at this point now, I've been talking to you, Dean, a lot. We're aiming for MSG. Whether it's Bilal, whether it's Ian, whether it's Shavkat, those are my three options. That's what I'm hoping.
If Brady can secure a strong win, he could lock in the #1 contender spot and in a fight against the winner of the Makhachev versus JDM matchup. Meanwhile, Nate Diaz expressed interest in a trilogy fight with Conor McGregor at the UFC White House event. During the Doughty boxing event, Diaz spoke in an interview with Clocked and Loaded, sharing his desire to face McGregor on that card.
Fans want you versus McGregor 3. Do you want that fight?
Yeah, for sure.
White House?
Yeah, what time, guys? We'll see what happens. Time will tell, guys.
Oh, you're a legend. Thank you for your time, bro.
Would you be interested in seeing Nate Diaz face Conor McGregor at the UFC White House card? Let us know in the comments below. In other news, Jack Della Maddalena's coach, Ben Vickers, recently issued a warning to Ilya Topuria. After claiming the vacant lightweight title, Topuria hinted he might move up to welterweight in pursuit of a third title, especially if it meant getting a fight with Islam Makhachev. During a recent episode of Submission Radio, Vickers strongly advised Topuria against jumping up 2 weight classes to face Jack. He explained that while Topuria and Jack are very similar fighters, Jack carries a bit more size, and moving up could be a bad career move. Vickers added that he holds Topuria in high regard, calling him one of his favorite fighters to watch because of his style, which mirrors Jack's, but stressed that the decision ultimately rests with Topuria if he chooses to take the risk. Vickers also suggested that Topuria might eventually reach a level where he can call his own shots like Makhachev, but for now, caution is key. Meanwhile, Ali Abdelaziz is putting Aaron Pico on hold for 6 months after his UFC debut went sideways. Pico was hoping for a fast track to a title fight after facing Lone Murphy, but he suffered a devastating highlight reel knockout instead. Abdelaziz explained in a recent Submission Radio appearance that this break isn't punishment, it's for Pico's safety and long-term health. He emphasized that while setbacks happen to everyone, especially in MMA, the fighter must take time to recover fully before returning. Fans weighed in heavily, with some criticizing Abdelaziz, claiming the 6-month medical suspension is standard protocol anyway, while others defended him for prioritizing Pico's well-being. In other UFC news, Aljamain Sterling expressed frustration over Sean O'Malley's pay-per-view numbers. After his UFC 288 win against Henry Cejudo, Sterling wanted to take time off, but Dana White publicly announced a fight between Sterling and O'Malley on UFC 292. Sterling admitted he wasn't happy about the premature announcement, but ultimately accepted the matchup, acknowledging that the card would sell a massive number of PPVs. Despite the scheduling, he joked that he should have taken a vacation in between, highlighting the grueling nature of fight planning and the pressures of competing at the top level.
One of the deciding factors in me finally bending the knee and saying yes to this fight to my manager was that they thought O'Malley was going to sell 1 million pay-per-views.
Dude,
Come on,
please
man.
say it on record.
Come on,
dude.
come on, come on.
What did
Now,
you guys
I don't know
sell?
about
No.
afterwards because he beat me. Okay, so then maybe his buying power goes up. But brother, if I had known, if I had a crystal ball to tell me you're only gonna sell this amount, I'd be like, yeah, go f yourself. I'm gonna go sell some Jamaican rum and then blah blah blah. And I'm going on vacation. But
My brother. No, I got you.
Let him
It
finish.
works.
Come
It
on,
works.
let him finish.
I'm on one right now. But I do want people to understand that I have no ill will towards O'Malley. My main thing with O'Malley is that he paraded around as if he beat the best version of me. And that's my only gripe with him.
While taking the short notice fight against Ali may have cost Aljamain Sterling his bantamweight title, he now finds himself on the brink of entering the featherweight title picture after his impressive win over Brian Ortega. Meanwhile, UFC coaches are weighing in on strategies to beat top fighters like Khamzat Chimaev. Although Sean Strickland remains suspended, the former champion is eager to return to the octagon and move closer to a shot at Chimaev's middleweight title. During a recent interview with MMA Junkie, Extreme Couture head coach Eric Nixick explained that the challenge in fighting someone like Chimaev is finding ways to create offense despite his relentless grappling. Coaches need to think several steps ahead, putting themselves in their fighter's shoes, adjusting to positions where the opponent dictates the pace and location of the fight. Nixick compared it to previous fighters as analyzed, emphasizing the importance of situational sparring, practicing get-ups, and preparing for the one-way traffic a fighter like Chimaev can impose. Meanwhile, there's speculation about Chimaev potentially moving up to light heavyweight in pursuit of a second title, though he would need to defend his current belt first. Darren Till recently suggested that a welterweight matchup with Islam Makhachev could be a tougher challenge for Chimaev in a fight with Muhammad Goliath, noting that Makhachev's style presents a significant threat. In addition, Merab Dvalishvili declared that if he were to face Umar Nurmagomedov again, he would dominate in a rematch. Having previously secured a win over Umar, Merab told the Full Send podcast that is confident he could completely dismantle him in a second fight, emphasizing the intensity and focus he brings to every matchup.
Was talking too much. Even the press conference day Thursday, when we had Pace Up, and then I take a picture with the belt and whatever, and then he said, last picture. He was keep pointing at me that I was taking with the belt, like last picture, like, and that's like stupid from him, you know. And but if he deserved title fight again, if we fought again, I will destroy him. Now this time I will beat the shit out of him, you know. First fight, you know. Now the next fight I will, yeah.
Why do you think? Because you've just improved that much, even more?
I win, and then now I can talk about this. I was injured, like my back was killing me, and then I had infection on my leg, and then that was very stressful training camp. And but next fight, if I have to fight him.
Champion has his sights on Coy Sanhagen and even joked about wanting to fight until his 50, though he admitted staying champion that long is impossible. With his next fight against Sanhagen set for October, he hopes to defend his belt once more before year-end and turn around quickly for another fight in November or December, with Peter Yang as a clear contender deserving the opportunity. Meanwhile, concerns are rising for Cyril Gane after footage showed Tom Aspinall hitting a heavy bag so hard it detached from the ceiling, leaving fans wondering whether Gane will rely on wrestling or aim for a highlight reel knockout. In the featherweight division, Gene Silva could get a title shot if he finishes Diego Lopez, potentially cutting in line if the planned Volk-Murphy fight isn't finalized, though a highlight reel KO from Lopez could change plans. On the MMA social front, Rampage Jackson was confronted again about the Roger situation during a live stream with influencer Neon, with rapper Top 5 calling Roger a monster and threatening Rampage, prompting Rampage to jokingly change his appearance amid the threats. Fans witnessed him navigating the tense exchange, joking about looking like Ric Flair or a black Donald Trump, while stressing he isn't bulletproof and facing the chaos surrounding his family and his son's controversy.